Welcome to Timbertop Camp. My name is Spirit, and I will be your virtual guide on this little trip around Timbertop Camp. So, Timbertop Camp is a summer camp for youth with special needs and learning disabilities, and we combined traditional camp activities with extra reading practice and a group that focuses on dealing with learning differences and special needs during a structured daily setting. We're dedicated to providing a safe, fun, small group environment which develops the spirit, mind, body of each individual camper. This being said, we really focus on two different aspects: all the things that camp is: boating, hiking, having a wonderful time, and also focusing on what makes our camp special, and that's that all the students that are there have some sort of learning difference. So, Timbertop Camp is operated by a volunteer board of directors. Our volunteers are all selected for their leadership skills and their ability to provide a meaningful and safe camp experience for our youth with learning disabilities. Our volunteers have an understanding of youth with special needs and the unique potential of each child. We also have some staff from the Lions Camp that also serve with us during camp, and together we have a partnership that makes a wonderful camp. I just want to show you around here just a little bit. And here we have Wings. She is the woman who started Timbertop Camp back in 1967. And then there's a few of us here who've been around for 25, 30 years. And then some of our other people have been around 10, 15 years. And then we've got some newer staff too that have been around, 1 or 2 or 3 years. So we have quite the variety of staff, but I call them staff, but actually we are all volunteers. We take off a week of work from our big boy and big girl jobs so that we can bring a week of camp to our children who need a little bit of extra love, support, and TLC. I mentioned that we partner with Wisconsin's Lions Camp. So Timbertop Camp has been held at a variety of camps over the last 25, 50 years. And right now we are being held at Wisconsin Lions Camp. And let me tell you, it is an absolutely beautiful sight. The waterfront is beautiful and amazing. The grounds are kept in tip-top shape. It is an amazing place to be, and we are so thrilled that we have been asked to come back and hold our camp at Wisconsin Lions Camp. Safety really is our number one concern at Timbertop. When you leave your children in our care, that is our very first priority. We do have some medical oversight that is provided by both a volunteer nurse and a volunteer paramedic. All of our campers are supervised at all times with either Timbertop staff or Lions Camp staff. There are AEDs on camp property, and there are lifeguards at all waterfront activities, as well as Timbertop staff who are there to jump in at a moment's notice. So on to some of the fun activities. Well, camp just screams archery, right? That seems like a very camp thing to do. And boy, is it fun to watch our kids hit that bullseye for the first time, or, even just get a bow and arrow into their hands. So we absolutely do some archery. We have all kinds of games, ball sport games. This one up here is called Gaga. And we do both some competitive games, but we also do a lot of cooperative games where kids don't have to be the best athlete to enjoy the activity. Campfires. Well, it wouldn't be camp without a good campfire. We are lucky enough to have a couple of different settings where we can hold our campfires. We have a traditional amphitheater. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's down in a hollow, and it's so much fun to hear all the sounds of everybody singing together, because they bounce off within the amphitheater walls, and it's pretty amazing. And then we also have this area here, which if we needed to do an indoor campfire based on weather or what have you, we've got that area accessible as well, and that is a big bonus. This is one of the things that separates us from other camp. We have something called Popcorn for Peer Support. And what it is it is a counselor-led peer support group for our campers with learning disabilities and learning differences. And we put out different questions to the kids, like, how do you know you have a learning disability? What is a learning disability? Um, when did you find out that you had a learning difference? How is your school day similar or different from other people? How is your learning style similar or different from other people? And the kids get a chance to really talk about this. Sometimes at school, we are so focused on academics in the day that we don't get a chance to really delve into this. And at home, there may not be other individuals with learning differences there to have those conversations. So we really take some time out to let the kids talk to one another about this in a structured environment. We also get together as a large group and kind of digest those thoughts as well. We also focus on things like, what do you do when you get teased? How can you handle those types of situations? Why do people tease kids with learning differences more than the average bear? What can my life look like going forward? What does my future hold? How can I use my strengths to balance out my weaknesses? So we get into a lot of those types of things, and the kids really remember this. Fishing. Hey, if you have an angler in your midst, we have some time for fishing, that's for sure. If you would like to bring your own rods, reels, and tackle, that is perfectly fine. There are some available that are provided by the camp as well. If it's something you want to try and you don't have your own gear, that is just fine. Boating. This waterfront and the boating area is second to none in any of the camps that I've seen. If you look back here, you can see canoes. There are rowboats. There are kayaks that are very popular. And then at the Lions Camp, there is a new kind of boat here. It is called a corkle, and it is a ton of fun. It is not streamlined. It is absolutely ridiculous and fun, and a fun way to try boating. Arts and crafts. Lots of different ways to express ourselves, and arts and crafts is just one way. Here we have some of the kids making tie-dye t-shirts. They turn out amazing every year. It just shocks me that you can just take a little bit of dye and some creativity, and you never know what you're going to end up with. Sometimes kids do beads, or they make necklaces, or you just never know what our camp staff is going to come up with for arts and crafts activities. This is another thing that separates us from most traditional summer camps, and that is we have a reading and letter writing area. And each day the kids cycle through and they will have a time where they're doing some reading. Now you can see here that we don't have any big old textbooks, and we don't subscribe to one specific reading program or method, but we've got Ranger Rick's, or we've got Big Backyards, or we've got Scholastics. We've got different magazines that focus around nature, because it is camp, and some activities that have to do with reading in the wilderness. We also make sure that one letter for sure gets written home, and we work on thank you letters to say a thank you to all the people that have helped get us to camp. Swimming. Now, this is really cool. So there is a beachfront here, but then at the Lions Camp, they have multiple swimming areas where it's a square area and with docks on all sides, and our lifeguards and camp volunteers can can monitor the kids. Our camp volunteers also jump in and play with the kids and have a good time while the Lions Camp staff is busy keeping us safe. Our facilities, we've got a few different facilities. One of the main ones that we use is called Pinewood Lodge, and that is where everybody sleeps, or all the campers will be sleeping. And there are 6 bunk rooms, which all look like this. We call them cabins, and each cabin has a bed and a place for the kids to keep their stuff. They usually share these closets, and they keep their other bags and things underneath the bunks. And these are in close proximity to the facilities, our cabin bathrooms, which are right next door. So no running out into the night to have to use the privy. These are nice modern bathrooms that are indoors right with the cabins. Some of the other facilities within Pinewood Lodge downstairs, there's a big indoor rec space. If it's a rainy day and we still need to burn off some energy, we've got a place we can do some games and things like that. And then upstairs is a big living room type area, and we do some of our meetings here. We do some of our popcorn for peer support here. Sometimes it's a place for a cabin to come up and stretch out and do some arts and crafts or what have you. It's a really nice space. And if we need it, there is a lovely campfire that we can use right there. Our dining hall, it seats plenty. We have the Lions camp staff makes us amazing meals. I really appreciate not having to do the dishes. I'm sure the kids will be excited about that as well. So we have wonderful meals. If you have any dietary restrictions, make sure that that's on the health history forms, and we will make sure that our kids with special dietary needs are well taken care of. We have some fun events. We have Hans the Kook coming all the way from Austria. You'll have to ask your campers about that after a week of camp. We have a beautiful fashion show. Look at the amazing apparel that some of our staff has here. We have a dance party the last night of camp. We do all kinds of fun things. We have things called the bunny game, and we have, it's just we never quite know what our camp staff is going to come up with to entertain our kids. So we talked a little bit about our popcorn for peer support, and sometimes there's stories or relaxation activities, things like that we have here. And then at the end of our camp session, we have an award ceremony. So we bring in all of our parents as we recognize our campers for their unique and special talents and skills and characteristics that they have brought to camp. And so we take some time to recognize them for what they have brought to us. And we like to do that in front of our parents so that our parents really know how much we really appreciate sharing these kids, these amazing kids with us. And we really do appreciate it because we do this because we love kids. So Timbertop Camp, if this sounds like a place for you or for your child or for somebody you know, you can go to timbertopcamp.org, and there is all the information there. We do have some scholarships available if the cost gives you cause for pause. And if you are able to donate to Timbertop Camp, we are all volunteers. We are doing everything we can to get the kids to camp, to experience camp. But like everything else, it costs money. So if you are able to donate anything to camp, we sure do appreciate it. We also have a Facebook page that has a GoFundMe site right on there as well. But we are excited. We are gearing up for an amazing August this year. August 7th through the 10th for 2022. And we are so excited for another year of camp. So from our Timbertop volunteers and board of directors, this is Spirit saying thank you so much for spending a little time with me. And we hope we see you at Timbertop.